What is up, guys? Welcome back to S3M2 Football and welcome to today's football preview video. For this one, we're off to Italy for some action taking place this weekend in Italy's Serie A. So please stick around for just a little longer as I talk about the fixture that is kicking off this Sunday on the 2nd of February at the San Siro in Milan. That sees AC Milan host FC Inter or Inter Milan in the Milan Derby. We start off today's video with the home side here being AC Milan. The last 5 fixtures for the Rossoneri have ended in 3 wins and 2 losses. Milan's last match was an unfortunate 2-1 loss in the Champions League away at Dinamo Zagreb. But in their last 5 matches, the Rossoneri have scored 7 goals but also conceded 7 goals. So getting goals but obviously shipping way too many. The first player I want to talk about is somebody who I'm expecting to bring a bit of excitement to the game. US right winger Christian Pulisic has been really good this season. He has 12 goals and 7 assists in 27 appearances for the Rossoneri. He is flexible, he's able to play in a variety of positions, he's intelligent, and I think that is why he's able to be as flexible as he is, but he's also very dynamic. Christian Pulisic is always running with the ball, always running off the ball, always just looking for the space all over the pitch. Pulling the strings in midfield for Milan, I'm expecting to see Dutch central midfielder Tiani Reinders. He has 10 goals and 3 assists in 31 appearances for Milan this season, and I think in Reinders, Milan have a player who can inject a bit of control and patience into their midfield. He's a typical Dutch player, great control, great passing, but great creativity as well. And Reinders has proven that he can dribble, he can pass, he can score. Defensively for Milan, I want to talk a bit about French left-back Theo Hernandez. In 28 appearances, Hernandez has 4 goals and 3 assists. And in Theo Hernandez, I see a player who is very box-to-box. He's quick, but he has the stamina to back it up as well. Theo Hernandez likes to make those overlapping runs on the left wing from that left back position, and he gets up to support the attack as often as he can. Tactically for AC Milan, new coach Sergio Conceição has really revolutionized this team. Milan always look to play on the counter attack and utilize their quick wingers, players like Okafor, Pulisic and Rafael Leao. To that end, I think we'll see Milan lining up in a 4-3-3 formation. The job of the midfield here is to just tackle and win the ball back and then distribute it either to the front line or the right back or left back in Theo Hernandez or perhaps Kyle Walker, just to give the team a bit of width. The front line's main priority here is to just use their pace to take advantage of the spaces that they can find and just overwhelm the defenders all the time. Okay, on to the away team now. For Inter Milan, the last 5 fixtures have ended in 4 wins and 1 draw. Inter's last match was a resounding 3-0 demolition of Monaco in the Champions League earlier this week. And in their last 5, the Nerrazzuri have scored 13 goals and conceded just 3. So definitely getting the goals, definitely staying solid at the back. It's good stuff from this team. The first player I have to talk about here is somebody who I think has finally found their goal-scoring boots this season in Argentine centre-forward Lautaro Martinez. He has 15 goals and 6 assists in 30 appearances, and I think in Lautaro Martinez, Inter have a centre-forward who is direct, he's lethal, and is very accurate. Lautaro Martinez has great chemistry with everybody in Inter's team, and as the captain, he looks to lead his teammates from the front lines. Creating things in the midfield for Inter, I'm expecting to see a lot of Italian central midfielder Nicolo Barella. In 27 appearances, he has just 3 goals and 6 assists, but in Barella, I see a deep line playmaker in the setup at Inter. He's a great tackler, so he can win the ball back, but he's also a great distributor of the ball. Barella can also take long shots and score some real rockets, and for me, he's a really well-rounded midfielder. a player who has stamina, who has speed, who has control, accuracy, everything you need in the middle of the pitch. Defensively for Inter, I want to talk just a little bit about Dutch right back Denzel Dumfries. In 28 appearances, Dumfries has 8 goals and 2 assists, and this season he looks like the kind of defender who just wants to get goals. He's fast, he's hitting the back of the net, and for me, Denzel Dumfries' work rate is just phenomenal. He's running all the time, whether it's to support the attack out wide or to track back and ensure that he does his defensive duties. But Denzel Dumfries, for me, is a real engine in this Inter team. Tactically for the Nerazzurri, coach Simone Inzaghi likes his team to play a mixture of counter-attacking and possession-style football. Inter sort of adapt to whatever the situation is, but I think they always look to use their wing-backs with tons of stamina to just spread the play, go out wide, and operate as an extra man on the touchline. Therefore, I think Inter will stick with their 3-5-2 formation. It allows them to stay solid centrally, but gives them the flexibility and mobility out wide that they need to just overwhelm opposition defenders in tight areas. The strike duo of Lautaro Martinez and Marcus Thuram have proven to have awesome chemistry between the two of them and great awareness. It's almost telepathic between Inter's front line. Looking at the head-to-head, the last 5 Milan derbies have ended in 2 wins for AC Milan and then 3 wins for Inter, so the Nerazzurri are edging it out ever so slightly right now. In terms of goal output, AC Milan have scored 7 goals in those last 5, while Inter have scored 11. So in terms of goal output, it definitely still does favour the Nerazzurri. If we look at the Serie A table right now, AC Milan are finding themselves in unfamiliar territory, sitting 7th on 34 points, while Inter are looking to keep the pressure up on league leaders Napoli, finding themselves in 2nd spot on 50 points. I think right now, obviously, that does tell us that Inter are definitely still in the Scudetto race, but for Milan, they really need to pick themselves up and get into those top 4 spots as soon as possible. For Milan though, they do have an issue at right back. Alessandro Fiorenzi and Emerson Royal are both injured, and as a result, they've brought in Kyle Walker from Manchester City just to give them a bit of depth in that position. For Inter, thankfully, they have very little issues that actually do affect the starting lineup. So I think Simone Inzaghi is perfectly fine and able to go out there with his best 11. Sergio Conceição is getting his first taste of defeat as a coach in Serie A, but I think as a whole, Milan are looking a lot more fluid. The front line is playing a lot better, the defense is looking a little bit more solid, and midfield-wise, this team looks like they have a bit more creativity as well. For Inter, I think up front, this team is looking phenomenal. They've scored in their last 5, but at the back, they're looking just as good. Keeping 3 clean sheets in their last 5 just shows that at Inter, it's not just about getting the goals and looking good up front. They want to keep clean sheets. They want to shut the opposition out. They want to keep their fans happy. I think a matchup that I'm very interested in when it comes to this fixture is the Theo Hernandez versus Denzel Dumfries situation. Obviously, both of these players want to go up. They want to support the attack. They want to give their team an additional option out wide. But they also have to keep in mind that they are defenders. They have a job defensively. And I think if one of them goes too far up front, the one who's supposed to be marking them is going to take advantage of that space. So I think we will see a bit of uncertainty from these two players when it comes to just bombing up front to give the team extra options. I think they both know they have to remain defensively astute and disciplined as well. They're very important to the team, and I think these two players in particular are actually irreplaceable in their squads. I think also we have to look at a fixture that is coming up later on in this week. Milan have to host Roma on the 5th in the Coppa Italia, so they're obviously going to be keeping that fixture in mind. And I think also for Inter, they don't have that problem. They play their quarterfinal in the Coppa Italia towards the end of the month. So I think it does seem a little bit unfair. I think we couple that with the fact that Lautaro Martinez got a hat-trick against Monaco. He scored all of his team's goals. and he's finally looking like the player that Inter needed him to look like in the start of the season. I think also the version of Inter that we get in the Serie A is just on another planet. Inter do not mess about, they look directly at the opposition and they see nothing but 3 points. And I think right now, Simone Inzaghi and his team will be looking at Milan and thinking, we can do this. The Milan derby is always something that has a lot of energy, a lot of spice to it. But I think Inter have somehow made this their fixture. Yeah, it's been 2 slip-ups in the last 2 times they've met Milan, but Inter still definitely come into this one looking a lot stronger. My score prediction for this one is going to be AC Milan 1, Inter Milan 2.
Hi, thank you for making it to the end of this video. We really appreciate the watch time and the fact that you took some time out of your day to spend it with us talking about the sport that we all love. If you enjoyed the content, why not, drop a like down below or comment in the comment section. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. And I mean, while you are here right now, have a look at some of our old videos too. They should be appearing on the screen right now, along with that subscribe button. So you know exactly what to do. Thank you so much. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And have a great day out there. And we hope to see you again very, very soon. Thanks. Stay safe.